Hi everyone. I wanted to go ahead and do a tutorial here to show you how to get started with using OptionSuite. So if you look here, I'm at the GitHub location here for our OptionSuite. The first thing you're going to want to do is go down to the code drop down here and copy this link to go ahead to be able to clone the repo. So if you copy this link, and then you can switch over to whichever code editor or IDE that you prefer. I am using PyCharm, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to PyCharm and show you how we can use that link. If you go over here and click Get from BCS and paste that link in, I'm going to just modify this slightly here because this is a test, and then click Clone. In a few seconds here, it should be cloning our repo, and then it should bring up the IDE. Of course, it's asking that we should go ahead and trust this project. And now you can see we have the IDE up. There's a README file here. You can check that out. It's the same one that's also on GitHub. The first thing you're going to want to do after that is go ahead and click on the backtester.py file here. This is the main file that you'll be using to execute the backtester. If you go ahead and scroll down to the bottom here, you can click on the Run button and click Run Backtester. And you should see that the process finished with exit code 0. So now two files were created in this process. There's the log.log file over here and the monitoring.csv. So I'm going to go ahead and open the monitoring.csv file here. This is the high-level summary of how the strategy performed. It has the date. I'm using daily data here in the sample, so you can see it's giving me the net lick, etc. for each day. And there's some other parameters up here too. You can modify this to put whatever you want. The other big file is the log.log file, and this has warnings, information, all kinds of messages that the backtester can put out. The first line will list all of the parameters that are used in your strategy. You can see up here at the top, as well as the data sources and the the capital that you're using, the risk management strategy, etc. So those are the two files that are output when you run the backtester. Now, right now, the backtester is using the sample data right here, which is the SPX sample from iVolatility. I'm just open that for a second. That particular data starts, you can see, on January the 3rd of 2011, and it goes to the 7th of 2011. So it's a very limited amount of data. It's just a small sample. To be able to do anything useful with the backtester, you're going to want to go and either download some data or use some data that you have over a longer period of time. So I personally prefer iVolatility. I think it's very important to get some good clean data, and free data is usually not good quality. So I highly suggest that you use some good quality data. And so for this video, I'll show you using iVolatility. And if you go to the website here, which is just ivolatility.com, you'll see that at the top here there is a data request area, request data form. If you click on that form, you can enter your information, and then you can tell what kind of data you want to receive. So for example, you might want to get SPX end of day data from 2000 to 2024. And then you can mention, back testing here, fill out your company name if you want, and organization. These things are optional. For the historical data or daily updates, I have the history only selected here. And then CSV files are generally, that's one of the ways that you can deliver. That's what I would recommend. And also, if you get multiple CSV files, there is a couple of utilities in the GitHub repo. There's one called Combine CSVs, which can generate a large CSV from the individual ones provided by iVolatility. Okay, and the other thing to note is that you see right down here, there is an actual discount code. And if you copy this right here, Supra CV 10% off, if you put that in the please tell us what data you want to receive. So if you write up here what kind of data you want to receive, you can just put please apply code Supra CV 10% off, and then you should get 10% off of your purchase. And I spoke with iVolatility to be able to get us that discount, so please use that. And once you have that, you should be ready to go. The only thing you want to do is once you have that CSV file from iVolatility or multiple CSVs, you'll want to combine them and then make an update in the backtester.py. If you go back to the top, you'll see that there is a field right here which has the file name, which is the CSV file. If you use iVolatility, I've already set up the data provider, which is located in the data handler folder here. You see there's a data provider, so that CSV was specifies like the mappings for all of the columns that are in the CSV. So if you use iVolatility, you don't have to worry about that. But if you use another provider, you can copy this and modify as necessary to map these fields to the right columns. Okay, that's all for now. Please, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on GitHub.